Hello everyone! My name is Blue, and in this video I'm going to talk about the NPCBots Dinkledork is using in his single-player repack. This video will reference information from Trickerer's manual, who is the creator of the NPCBots. I will only cover the information that is applicable to players of the game, and I will not include the many available GM and admin commands. Do enjoy! NPCBots are hireable, pet-like minions. You do not have full control over them, but you can tune their behavior in many ways. Bots will follow you around, buff you, defend you, and help you in general. Their main purpose is to support players during their leveling, although they can do dungeons and raids. They are somewhat limited in game mechanics. However, the Dinkledork Repack is adjusted so NPCBots are viable in any type of content, including the dungeons and raids. NPCBots have many features: fighting via spells, melee and ranged combat, buffing, healing, resurrecting, grouping, using the Dungeon Finder, raids, battlegrounds, arenas, open world PvP, and providing you, the player, with consumables such as from the mage and warlocks. They receive buffs from you and consumables. You can equip them with gear. You can assign roles such as DPS, tank, healer, and more. You can manage their abilities, and the list just goes on. How do you, as a Dinkledork Repack player, can acquire these NPCBots? In every starting zone is a NPC that allows you to hire these NPCBots for a small fee. Prices to hire skills with your level, but rare and elites, cost more and may require you to be a higher level to hire them. After a NPCBot is hired, they will spawn automatically next to your character and will match with your level. If you right-click the NPCBot, it will open up a gossip menu with an assortment of options, which we will go through later in the video. Your NPCBot will follow you around, in or out of a group, but it is probably a good idea to invite them into your group so you can monitor their location on the minimap, their health, mana, and so forth. For now, we will select Create Group, and your NPCBot will join your group and you can begin your adventure. Whether grouped or not, your NPCBots will follow you around. And if they can, they will also keep you buffed, give you healing, attack things alongside you, and even resurrect you when you die. NPCBots are designed to keep up to your run pace and will mount up on their own versions of your mount when you do. In the event that they cannot keep up with you, which could be because you are too fast, or they are stuck in combat, or something else, your NPCBot will eventually teleport to your location, even if you go into another map. Do note that NPCBots cannot teleport to you when you are in a dungeon, if they are not part of your group. for the most part, go somewhere and your NPC bots will follow. Simple as that. In those cases where following might not be safe, or you want to proceed safely, you have a few options. If your NPC bot is in your direct vicinity, you can target them and you can type an emote stand to make your NPC bot stay put. You can use the emote wave to make your NPC bot follow you again. If you want your NPC bots to stop moving and stand in place, you can use the command stand still. Just type in NPCBots command stand still and your NPC bots will stop moving. Do make sure that if you want all your NPC bots to stay in position, that you do not select any one of them. To make them move back towards you, type in NPCBots command follow. When you log out of the game, your NPC bots are not just hanging around the location where your character has logged out from. When you log out, your NPC bots temporarily become normal free NPC bots, but they are not hireable because they already have an owner, which is you. And your NPC bots will return to their original spawn location when you are not in the game anymore. A good example is this NPC bot, who is already assigned to another player. The moment the player comes back online, the NPC bot will teleport back to him. And this way, even though players are logged out, all the hired NPC bots in the game can still hang out in the open world and buff other players who happen to run by them. NPC bots spawn with some basic equipment and clothes. Some NPC bots, however, start with some rather powerful weapons, but they are only visual and provide no benefits. So no damage, no stats, nothing at all. The weapons are purely visual. NPC bots give you the ability to customize their individual gear pieces to make them more efficient in combat. Do note that when you equip your NPC bot gear, your NPC bot will not instantly display this gear on themselves, except their weapons. To make changes to their gear, you need to right-click your NPC bot, so you open up your Gossip menu and choose the first option, Manage Equipment. As you can see, you can gear up pretty much every slot on your NPC bot. The first option, Show Me Your Inventory, will open up a new window containing every item your NPC bot has equipped. Your NPC bot will also whisper to you a list of everything they currently have, including an icon. The auto-equip will list out all the items that you have in your bag that the NPC bot can use. Clicking one of those items in that list will automatically give it to that NPC bot and he will equip it in the appropriate slot. You can also manually equip your NPC bot's individual gear pieces. If you choose this option, the menu will show what they already have equipped. Sometimes you receive an option to use their old equipment, like with weapons, or an unequip option if they already have something equipped. If you unequip the gear piece, it will return automatically into your bags. You can also transmogrify items in displayed gear slots. You can only do this if you have the item in your inventory which visual you would like to use. To transmogrify, we will go to our menu and we are going to change our paladin shoulders to something else. Go to the options shoulders. Here you can see that we have the Dark Ranger shoulder guards equipped, and we would like to change it with transmogrification to, let us see, the pauldrons of Edward the Odd. And now they are changed. To update this visual, we will scroll down the menu and click on Update Visual. Any changes that you have made with their equipment will now be updated. If you scroll down in your gossip menu, you'll see the option Unequip All. Everything your NPCBot has equipped will be returned to your bags. If your bags are full, then the remaining items will return to you with in-game mail. I do wish to note that when you fire or dismiss your NPCBot, that your NPCBot will return to the bots for hire NPC. All the equipment that your NPCBot is wearing will be returned to you. Your items will not be deleted and will not disappear. The last, but I want to talk about the manage equipment, is the option Bot Gear Bank. This is a very handy tool that allows you to deposit items from your inventory into a separate bank. I will drop now some items in the bank and they will be taken from my inventory. To withdraw these items, simply click on the option to withdraw, and here you'll find all the items that you have put into this bank. Do note that you can only access this bank through any of your NPCBots. So I have placed my items with my paladin. For example, I will now select my warrior. I'll go to my equipment and the gear bank, withdraw, and all my items are still here. If all your NPCBots are dismissed, so you do not have any NPCBot anymore, then you will also have no access to this bot gear bank. But even without any NPCBots under your control, your items will also not be deleted. They will remain in this bank until you hire a new NPCBot where you can withdraw it from. NPCBot role and management allows you to adjust how your bots operate overall. The available options are dependent upon the class of the NPCBot you are controlling. My warrior and paladin will have the option of tank, but my priest will not. Instead, my priest will have the option of healer. To adjust the NPCBot's roles, you need to right-click that NPCBot, open up the gossip menu and choose Manage Roles. Depending on their class, you'll get a list of what you can toggle on and off. The roles can be a little tricky to understand. The tanking role means that NPCBots will try to produce as much threat as possible, use taunt-like abilities to re-aggro targets attacking friends, and use defensive cooldowns more liberally. This does not include attacking anything. Tanking bots with no off-tanking enabled are considered main tanks and will always stay on target pointed by the skull mark. Off-tank is an addition to the tanking role and makes tanking NPCs prioritize targets pointed by the cross mark. If you enable off-tank role for your NPCBot, it will automatically enable the tanking role as well. The DPS role allows NPCBots to actually deal damage and prioritizes the skull mark. If this role is disabled, NPCBots will not use any damaging abilities at all, not even auto attack. The heal role is what your healers need to have enabled. If this role is disabled, NPCBots will not even try to heal anything, not even themselves. You can use rate markings to mark targets you wish your NPCBots to heal if they are not in your party. The ranged rule affects NPCBots' positioning and the distance they will keep from their attack target. Ranged DPS non-tanking bots will prioritize attacking the skull mark. The priority for your NPCBots goes from skull, which is the highest priority, to star, the lowest. It would be like this. Skull is the highest priority, then cross, then square, moon, triangle, diamond, circle, and the lowest priority, star. It is recommended to only enable 1 or 2 specific roles for that class to minimize them switching tactics around a lot. For example, our tank should only have the tanking role available together with the DPS role. For healers, they only need the healing role and the ranged role enabled. I am going to give you a quick demonstration how the bots will prioritize targets in combat. First, we will not use any rate markings, and you will notice that the bots will attack the target that I am selecting. Once you start using a skull mark, the bots will prioritize that target. If I switch the skull mark, the bots will follow. Once I am using the cross mark, my off-tank will move towards that target. Even if I now join with my character, combat as well, all the NPC bots that prioritize skull will remain on that target. The gathering role allows NPC bots to collect different ores, herbs, leather, and other trade goods. NPC bots have their skill assigned according to their level, so a level 1 NPC bot will not be able to mine mithril. Note that NPC bots have to stand really close to the ore before it can actually be mined. The looting role allows your NPC bots to automatically and quickly collect items from nearby lootable creatures for you and other players in your group. The loot they collect will appear in your bags. Make sure that you select which quality you want your NPC bot to loot. Once you kill a creature, your NPC bot will loot it for you. Open up your gossip menu by right-clicking your NPC bot and select Manage Formation. You will receive, depending on the class and roles you have selected for your NPC bot, a lot of options. A quick note about this list. In this example, you will only see disable combat positioning, attack distance, and attack angle. Only in this list, because our selected NPCBot has in his roles the ranged role assigned. The engaged behavior option is only available to NPCBots not assigned the tank role, and priority targets is only available to NPCBots depending on their chosen roles, but more on this later. The first option is follow distance. This will open up a new window that you can enter an amount. This amount can be anywhere from 0 to 100. Setting it any higher than 100 will default to 100, and any lower than 0 will remain 0. Setting the distance to 0 will result in the NPCBots passively will follow you rather closely and not engaging mobs unless you attack. If disabling combat positioning is checked, your ranged NPCBot will not try to assume attack positions, and will instead retain their follow positioning even in combat, and your ranged NPCBot will only attack targets in reach. Selecting the attack distance will allow you to set your NPCBot's attack ranged distance. You will see a few options. Short range attacks are the shortest distance of all the ranged attacks depending on your NPCBot's class. For example, my paladin, her minimum ranged attack distance is 10 yards because of their judgment, and for mages it is 20 yards because of their fire blast range. The long range attacks are the opposite of the short range ones. For most classes, this range is about 30 to 35 yards. This mode is useful for attacking something too dangerous to stand close to. Selecting exact will open up a new window that you can enter in an amount. This amount can be anywhere from 0 to 50. The same rules apply as we had with follow distance. Note that if you set the value to 0, this will make your NPCBots and their pets try to position themselves on top of their targets, so they are ignoring model sizes. The last special option for our ranged NPCBot is attack angle. This allows you to set your ranged bot's positioning mode. If you tell your NPCBot to avoid frontal AoE, they will try to position themselves in a way that they won't get hit behind their target and to the either side, but only if you do the same or are already in melee range of the target. Engage behavior is used to manage bots' behavior when combat is initiated. Attack delay is timed in seconds that your DPS NPCBots will wait before they start attacking. This does not apply to tanks and healers. The reason to delay your NPCBots attacks is to allow your tank to build up enough aggro before the rest of your DPS engages. And now we have arrived at the last option of the formation list, the priority target. This allows you to set a main priority for each bot individually and per role. When the chosen rate marking on your target is available as priority for that role, those targets will appear in this list. I have targeted now with red markings the skull, the cross and the square or targets, and I will now refresh my list. And as you can see, the list has been updated. I can now select for my hunter bot a target to which he will prioritize above anything else. In this example, I will let him prioritize the blue square. When a marked target becomes attackable, the NPC bot will immediately rush towards this target. Be aware that the chosen priority, in this case the blue square, will persist when the icon is set to another unity. This new unit becomes a new priority to all the NPC bots who have this priority set to this icon in the list. For example, I will change the blue square to the skunk. And if I'm going to update my lists, you will see that now the skunk is now the priority of my hunter NPC bot. When you want your NPC bot to behave like normal again, you can select the option None. NPC bots use most of the real class spells. Some spells and abilities such as buffs, heals, remove curse, poison, and so forth are available through NPC bots abilities menu. Level restrictions apply to NPC bots too. For example, a warlock will not be able to use fear until the bot reaches level 8. Selecting Manage Abilities from the Gossip menu will give you a listing of spells and abilities that the bot can cast on you or for you. For example, I will use some of their abilities, and as you noticed, the list is changing. The update option will refresh the spells listings, as some spells may be cooled at the moment. If the spell is not listed, this does not mean your NPC bot does not have the spell. Probably you just cannot use it manually. The NPC bot abilities check algorithm includes finding missing buffs, friends to heal, restocking on consumables like health stones, claws and shans for rogues and shaman, utilities, for example using sprint if falling far behind, spells for the whole party and self-heals, finding crowd control targets, and finally attack abilities. With manage allowed abilities, you can make bots not use some of their spells. This can be useful when some of your bots are casting unwanted spells. Maybe you're a warlock viewing the enemies into other groups or completing something else. Here you can adjust it to your preference. NPC bots do not use the normal talent pick choice system that we have as a player. Instead, you just choose for your NPC bots a main talent tree according to your specialization, which comes as well with vital talents from the other two trees. Open up your Gossip menu and select Manage Talents. Here you can choose a specialization. Your NPC bot will activate it, and it will remain her chosen specialization. As you level up as a player and earn new abilities, so will your NPC bot as you just play the game. Although NPC bots will follow their owner around grouped or ungrouped, and will usually buff people outside their groups. Creating a group will make NPC bots probably utilize buffs reserved for group members only. Just right-click your NPC bot to open up the gossip menu, and you will see two options. Create group will just invite one NPC bot to your group, or create group all bots, which will invite all the bots under your control into a group or raid. We will choose all bots. If you want to join the dungeon finder, do make sure that you are not in a raid. In this example, I have one bot too many, and I'm gonna kick him out. And now we are ready to queue up the dungeon finder. We are going to specific dungeons. We will select the dungeon that we want to join and just click join as party. And instantly, we can now enter the dungeon. Do note that you cannot summon NPC bots that are not in your group while you are in a dungeon. So if you depart into a raid, make sure that all the bots that you require are already grouped up. It is possible to join battlegrounds with your bots. You can take with you up to 3 NPC bots. Simply have them in your group and then queue up a battleground that you wish to join. For this example, we will queue up for WOTLK Valley. Not only are you joining with your 3 chosen NPC bots, the whole battleground will be filled up with rendering NPC bots for you to fight. NPC bots will always try to use vehicles when a player does. With random vehicles, such as this turret, bots will simply copy your actions. As you can see, the bots have all summoned their own turrets, and when you use an ability, your bots will just copy everything that you are doing. The bots will not automatically dismount from their vehicles when they are in combat. If you want to have them to eject, just simply type in the command NPCBot vehicle eject, and the bots will dismount. But for essential vehicles as required in some dungeons and other content, bots will use their own tactics and will not simply copy your actions. Depending on your NPC bot class, there may be extra options found in their gossip menu. For example, a rogue NPC bot will present the following options. Lockpicks allow you to open locked chests in the world and locked items in your inventory. The skill level of his lockpick is based on the NPC bot's level. Poisons can be chosen for the expected encounters. You'll have to tell your NPC bot to refresh the poisons when you are done. Shaman NPC bots have a similar menu for their weapon enchants. Mage NPC bots will give you the following. These options will summon a stock of food or drinks for you. Warlock NPC bots will present the following options. The first option will make that Warlock give you a health stone. If your level is high enough, the Warlock can summon a soul well. Warlocks and Hunters, once they have reached level 10, also have a pet submenu. Lastly, all NPCBots will have the following extra option. You are dismissed. And never mind. You are dismissed will remove the NPCBot from your control. They will become angry, throw all their gear at you, and they will return back to their spawn location. They will also become enraged for 5 minutes and will attack anyone who wants to hire them. The Nevermind option will simply close up the gossip menu. Besides NPCBots' main purpose, which is to assist players, NPCBots can also be used as autonomous units. Wandering bots spawn with gear that are free of player control and cannot be hired. You will find wandering bots in the open world. They will buff you, heal you, and you will see them fighting off mobs and will engage in open world PvP. Killing an NPCBot of the opposing faction will even reward you with honor points. You will also find wandering bots in battlegrounds. They come equipped with gear and are also able to capture and hold points, and also capture and return flags. Do not underestimate these bots. We have reached the end of the video. This video covered the intro and the gossip menu of the NPCBots. But there is still plenty to tell and learn about these amazing additions to our favorite game. If you wish to know more, I'll place a link towards Trickerer's NPCBot guides. Thank you for watching, everyone! Bye bye!